All right, we're gonna try this one more again, as my granddaddy used to say. One more again. So I've been recording without sound on. Jeez Louise. That's all right. That's okay. It's a blessing to get to do this again and dig deeper into it. I'm Courtney Rollins, host of the Life and Transitions Experts podcast. Here we're helping families and people through the biggest transitions in their lives. I'd like to say I help with the property and the stuff when it comes to dealing with probate, when it comes to dealing with transitions and moves, when it comes to dealing with having some type of distress that needs to be resolved, and sometimes, or distress in the property and stuff, and sometimes having more than just the traditional answers that many people have can be helpful, because options give you more of a range and a more informed decision. Hopefully, impacts your life in good ways. Today, I'm talking about trust. And not just trust, not trust between people, but trust, a legal instrument that has been used for centuries, all the way back to medieval times and beyond, where people are able to have control, flexibility, some privacy, and use it as a wealth building and wealth protection strategy. So we're going to talk about why you should put your inherited property into a trust if you've inherited through the probate process, or just you have property or assets in general. This can be a conversation for folks in general, most certainly. So let's take a look. I'm going to keep my camera on so that I can make sure that I'm actually recording this properly. So let's see. All right. Boom. Did that work? It should say, the first one should say avoid probate. Yes. Okay. So doing this would help you avoid the probate process, because think about it. Probate is the act of settling the affairs of someone who's passed away. Settling the affairs of someone who has debt or has property or has those things in their name. But a trust, if you put your property assets in the trust, you technically don't own it. The trust owns it. Now, you might designate yourself as the beneficiary of the trust. It would give you tons of control and the benefits of it, but you don't own it. And that's what we really want in the country. We want to control things, but we don't want to own things if we're trying to avoid things like probate and other things that could challenge your resources. Another thing is the privacy and confidentiality. A lot of folks use trust because of how difficult it is to find out who owns the trust. Now, my name is Courtney Rollins. If I put my properties and my assets in the Courtney Rollins Trust, it's probably more than likely people will know. But we are highly litigious. I think that's the way you say that name. We sue a lot in the United States, and so being able to guard and protect what you control through the use of a trust can be very, very helpful to keep eyes away that you don't want to have on there, and to again give you a certain level of privacy and confidentiality. It's also, I love the flexibility in the trust. I am constantly writing and jotting down thoughts and ideas and things I want to share with my family when I'm gone and leave this earth. And I picked this up from, I forget who the gentleman was, but I'm actually basically putting that into my trust. And hey, here's my manifesto of what I think life is, and here's some philosophies. Place it in there, because one of the things that my future generations will need to do is have to read that if they want to access some of the funds and some of the tools I put in there to help support my family down the road. I'm saying all to say, a trust, you can be so flexible and have so much control over how things are dictated. You can say, hey, this property is supposed to stay in the family unless it's sold to Bozo the Clown, and Bozo the Clown must have a blue nose and must know things. Things you could be as specific as the laws allow, and as your mind could think of. So having that flexibility and control is awesome. Now, you probably want to keep it as simple as possible, but it's awesome that you have the tools to dictate it or to tailor it to your family and to your needs, to your wants. It also, in a lot of ways, minimizes the estate taxes, since the estate is taxed on how much it's worth. These assets put into the trust does not count towards that, because again, the estate doesn't own it; the trust owns it. So it will reduce the tax burden, particularly for large estates. And this isn't something challenging to do. It's not just for the wealthy. folks, setting up a trust is easier than ever. I partner with trustandwills.com. I've actually set up my trust and my will for less than $600. Now I'm steeped in this world, and so I have knowledge, and I basically I have enough understanding, and they have great resources vetted by attorneys and folks in each state that they work in that can help me. That I could follow them along. When I had some questions, I reach out to Mike and the folks on the team, and they would respond to them. That's great for me. If you need more comprehensive, there's also plans that can allow that there, or reach out to me and I can connect you to some of the great attorneys I know in the nation. I'm connected to a nationwide network of vetted estate professionals. Also, please note that if you need support with probate in general, outside of that, that's what I do. That's my Jimmy Jam. That's what I love helping folks with. So feel free to reach out to me at estateproservice.com, and we'll make sure that we follow up with you. Now, again, I'm not an attorney or a financial advisor. I am offering my experience, and it has been helpful to folks, I believe, based on the reviews and the feedback that I get. So I'm proud of that, and I would love to be able to help you as well. All right, so those are 4 reasons that you may want to consider putting your property into a trust. I certainly hope this recorded. And if it didn't, I'm going to try again. All right. Life and transitions experts, let your light shine.